In one of the most stunning moves in college football history, six-time Super Bowl winning coach Bill Belichick was named the new head coach of North Carolina. UNC officials said the sides agreed on a 5-year deal pending approval from the Board of Trustees, which has held an emergency meeting Thursday. Bill, 72, worked in the NFL capacity since 1975 until the divorce, January 11th of 2023, after 24 seasons with the Patriots. This will be Bill's first college coaching job. His dad, I think, coached from North Carolina from 53 to 55. He's very fond of his dad. He loves it. He adores his dad. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, he named his son after his dad. Yeah. So with that being said, I told you, Ocho, my sources, he was very upset that him being as credentialed as he is, all these head coaching vacancies came available and he didn't get one. He didn't get one, Ocho.
I'm happy for Bill. Let me say that. I'm happy for Bill. But the chemistry, the aura, and the energy that we have on inside the NFL has been so dope. Being able to work with Bill, being able to see him break down film and break down schemes and some of the things that go on in the football games, and being able to listen to him and see how he sees the game from his perspective and his viewpoints. So goddamn dope, Unc, man. It was so dope. It's so dope. And I'm not sure how soon this starts or when he has to leave or whatnot, but I'm assuming if he just signed, he signed a 5-year, I'm assuming he's leaving, right away. So I'm not sure if he can. Yeah, I'm not. So that means he's not going to be on next week's show.
The portal about to go on.
Damn, man. But I'm happy for him. I
don't know.
It just, damn, that's
I am too. I mean, look, hey, and it's reported that he's gonna make $10 million a year, 5-year, $50 million deal. I mean, it's not like he needs the money. Coach Belichick was the highest paid coach because he had both duties. So Coach Belichick was probably making estimates north of $15 million a year for the better part of a decade.
He ain't spending nothing.
If you look at the way he dressed, he ain't spending no money on clothes. He all he doing is cutting up Patriots gear. So I'm happy for him as you are, Ocho. I believe that people should do his passion is coaching. I'm sure he's disappointed that he would have liked to have got one of those NFL jobs last year. And maybe he's hearing around. It wasn't no guarantee that it was looking very promising for him this year.
This might be a step two to go to college, rebuild that program, get them back to what we're used to seeing from the North Carolina Tar Heels, getting them back to the promised land. Yeah, I mean, but listen, it's a basketball school. It's a basketball school, but what can Bill do for that team? I'm sure he's going to have some type of plan together to get them back to prominence and relevance, in the football area of things. I think it's going to be very difficult, obviously, in this NIL era. But I'm wishing him the best, and I'm assuming if he can have some success there, I think that opportunity might happen for him again in the NFL.
Look, I know LT went to North Carolina. Julius Peppers went to North Carolina. That means two of the greatest defensive players in NFL history went to that university. But it's tough. It's tough when recruiting at a basketball school. It is what it is. So, I mean, they used to have some Derek Fenner was an outstanding running back. Amos Lawrence. They've had some, Hakeem Nicks was a wide receiver that went to North Carolina. Yeah, they've had some, some decent players to come out of there. Ronald Curry was a two-sport guy, played football and basketball.
Yeah.
But congratulations, Coach Belichick. Hopefully you turn that program around. They're going to be, you're going to be well coached. And like you said, hey, guys that have NFL potential, they'll go to the NFL. People think, I'm going to this. Bro, if you ain't got potential to go to the NFL, I don't give a damn who your coach is. You think you can get Usain Bolt's coach? You think you can get Bobby Kersey? You think you can get one of these track coaches and you run a 10 flat 40 and you think you're going to go to the Olympics?
Right.
I can only coach the potential that you have. I don't know to tell you, Ocho. I wish there was something I could tell people. Oh, his coach. No, he didn't. He got the ability. Right. He had the ability.
Right.
Now the coach might can instruct you and give you pointers and teach you technique.
And
but if you don't have the ability to do something, you just don't have the ability. Yes. I don't care who my music teacher is. I ain't playing no instrument.
Right.
It's really that simple. But coach is going back to college. Congratulations. Oregon wins the Big Ten title. Dillon Gabriel, 4 touchdowns, leads the Duck past the number 3 Penn State Nittany Lions to remain undefeated. Nico Reed picked off Drew Allar with less than 2 minutes left in the ball game. Ocho, that is as good an interception as that you'll see a collegiate player make in your life.
I was just going to say
the way he pinned him.
Listen, the way he pinned him and held him back, and didn't allow him to get through him. Yeah, and hey, that was
you
a
get on top of it.
That's a veteran. That's a veteran play. That's an NFL veteran DB play. Don't panic. Relax. Hold him off, and let that thing drop right in the bucket to seal the game.
And you thought he was the receiver because the way he pinned him, because now the receiver can't get on top of it. I got you pinned to the sideline. Now, it's going to have to be a perfect throw because I made you run the loop. Once I made you run the loop and you couldn't stack me, now I can use my momentum to ride you to the sideline. Now, you see how the ball dropped down the chimney? It just so happens I was in front of the receiver. So I'm the receiver now. So it dropped right down in my bread basket. And for him to make that type of a catch, at some point in time, it's hard for me to believe, Ocho, that he didn't play on the opposite side of the football at some point in time.
It was too smooth and too natural catch for him not to play receiver at some point.
Yes. Yeah, that was an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
I thought the Ducks were going to run away with it, Ocho. At one point in time, I think the score was 28-10. I was like, oh, man, they finna make mincemeat of Penn State. And it's seemingly like Penn State always gets in these games and big games, and they don't play big. And I think that seems to be that's the knock on James Franklin. I'm not saying he's not a good coach, but he loses far too many of these games in order for us to put him in that great category because normally Ohio State, he catches the L. Big bowl games, he catches the L. And it's not like he hasn't had good talent because he's had some really good talent. Dillon Gabriel tonight was 22 of 32, 283, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Oregon ran the ball 43 times for 183 yards. And I think that's the thing that people don't realize, that how much Oregon actually runs the football. They would run it a lot more than you think they did. You think they just spray the ball all over the field. But they run the football. They do nobody had a big game, Ocho. Jordan James was 20 carries, 87 yards. Noah Whittington had 15 carries for 82. And if you look at the last, Gabriel had 11 yards. That was that last run where he got the first down, slid and protected himself. 43 carries, 183 yards, 283 yards passing.
Yeah, they did.
But they played really good. They look really good explosive.
You know what I would like to see?
They're really explosive offensively.
This is just a hypothetical. I'm just throwing it out there. Obviously, with Penn State having the ball towards the end of the game and having an opportunity to actually they would have had to score and go for 2. Yeah, they would. I would have really liked to see that last offensive drive. I would have loved to see Penn State score and hopefully see what they could do.
And watch Oregon see what they can do.
We're going to overtime. Let's play ball.
Well, you think like I think, because I've said I'm looking at Oregon. Okay, you've been going up and down the field. Now, when you absolutely have to get up and down to go up the field, can you get it done now? Because we saw where there was no pressure on you. You went down there, you got 7. And the next thing you know, you got 14. And you got X, Y, and Z, and you were boom, 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 boom. Now, when you absolutely have to have it, can you go get it again? When you have to? Because that's the mark of really, I look at offense and defensive football, and we can say whatever. But how can you be a great defense if you can't get a stop when you need it, Ocho? You need to get the team off the field on 3rd down. And you don't do it, and you allow them to keep getting 3rd down after 3rd down after 3rd down, or you can't get a big stop to take them out of field goal range, or you can't get a turnover. Offensively,
Right.
you that good offensively, and you can't get a first down to kill the clock to make sure the opposing offense doesn't get the ball. That's how I measure offense and defense. Yes, we like to see offense go up and down the field. We like to see defense stop people. But when you absolutely have to have it, can you go get it done? And you were thinking the same thing I was thinking. I was like, man, I kind of want Penn State to get this thing because I want to see what I want to see what Oregon can do when the back's against the wall. Because the last thing I don't think nobody really wants to go into overtime. Because you never know. A tip pass here, miss that, miss there. You really don't know. But give Oregon credit. They're going to be the number one seed. But they're going to get a bye.
Think about it. Think about it. Normally, when you get a bye, I'm thinking about me, but I can't even talk about me because we ain't really had no blackers. I ain't go to no goddamn playoffs. We were no goddamn first seed. But I wouldn't want to lose the momentum. I wouldn't want to lose the chemistry that we have as an offense or as a defense or that flow and rhythm that we may be in. I wouldn't want no goddamn bye. I want to keep that train rolling. Because ain't no telling what's gonna happen. You get that bye,
college is different
and
NFL,
everything fall to shit when you come back and play.
Ocho, you remember college is not like, now I don't know how this format is going because you have extra teams, but you remember college, hey, man, they used to get 3-4 weeks off before they play a game. You talk about a bye, them jokers go home for Christmas break, come back.
Right.
And get ready to play a football game, Ocho. They're not like us, we might you play, and then if you get home field, you got home field throughout. You used to have 2 buys. Okay, you got the week off, and then you play the following week. Man, these jokers here get 3-4 weeks off.
I like that.
Georgia wins another SEC title. The number 5 Bulldogs clinched the first round bye with a 22-19 win over the number 2 Texas, despite Carson Beck's injury. Gunnar Stockton comes off the bench, goes 12 of 16, 71 yards with an interception. Carson Beck was 7 of 13, 56 yards, and Drew Bobo was 1 of 1 for 9 yards. Ocho, and I think Stockton, I don't know if they win this game if Carson Beck stays in this game. It's almost like a situation, because you remember when Tua Tua got hurt, and then came in. Jalen Hurts came in the SEC championship game and beat said Georgia Bulldogs. Or you go back to the national championship game where Jalen Hurts was playing so bad and Tua comes off the bench. Because here's the thing, Ocho. They ain't practice for Drew. They ain't practice for the backup. You don't practice for the backup because you don't anticipate him getting out. Especially now, if you run some plays now, the Steelers are different. I expect to see 1 or 2 plays in which Jordan Fields are going to get in the game. So I have to, he comes in the game. This is what he likes to do. They like to run the boot with him. They like to run the QB power, stuff like that. So I got to anticipate that.
Yeah,
I mean, you hadn't seen Stockton except mop up.
But this is the thing
so
about
I'm not anticipating him being in the game.
Coming in the game, look at how much of the playbook does he knows most of the playbook, but how much of the playbook are they going to give to him as opposed to Beck? I think that the playbook shrinks, and to me, defensively, it would make it a little bit easier to have to deal with him because there's only so much they're going to allow him to do. There's a reason why he is the backup. I mean, that's just my thought process. I could be wrong.
You're right. Yeah, but Ocho. It's not like the NFL where the disparity between the starting quarterback and the backup is so vast. it's huge because Stockton was probably a 3 or 4-star recruit. So it's not like you got Patrick Mahomes and then you got his backup, or you got Joe Burrow and you got his backup. You got Josh Allen, where the discrepancy in talent is so vast. And so, yes, now I have to condense the playbook. But in college, because of the talent pool that's around him, hey, bro, just get the ball out your hand. But, Ocho, I watched this game. Did you see that interception? Kids, can y'all stop celebrating? Texas get an interception. That's supposed to be a pick 6. All number 3 has to do is block 7. If he blocks it, Ocho, that's a tub. That's reservation for 6. He's celebrating, and the guy runs right by him and makes the tackle. you know your offense is struggling. Your offense is struggling to
Every
get the ball in
opportunity
the
counts.
end zone.
Yeah.
You got to maximize that. But everybody gets so caught up in the want to celebrate. I guarantee you, his defensive coordinator, his DB coach is telling him exactly what you and I are discussing. Son, if you make this block, this is a touchdown. If you go look at it, first of all the other receivers are way to the other side. Now you ain't got nothing but the quarterback that got hit and offensive lineman. All you got to do is block, because number 7 sees it. He heads that way.
Yeah.
If 3 blocks number 7 from the Bulldogs, that's a walk-in touchdown. They're gonna probably win the game.
You got to understand, like, the excitement in a situation like that, especially for a college kid, for a young kid, or something like that to be happening. Your mind, it goes to an instant celebration based on the play that was made, as opposed to, oh, let me look around and be focused and have that self-awareness to block, to make sure he does get in there. So you got to think about when you was that age. It's kind of different. So the way we're thinking about it is completely different, because we played at the highest level, and we know ain't no celebrations happening until we cross that line. I ain't celebrating until I cross that goddamn line.
I was different. At that point, Ocho, I'm different. You know what I'm trying to do?
Oh, y'all can do that back then. You
I'm
can't
trying to
do
catch
that no more
somebody
now.
slipping.
Yeah, you can't do that no more.
You can't do that now, Ocho. But I'm headhunting. I'm looking to peel somebody's cap. But here's the thing: he's coming, so this theoretically isn't a crack black or a block behind the play.
Get in the way.
All he has to do is get a hand.
Just get in the way. You ain't got to do much.
That's all he got to do. It is a touchdown, and Texas win. If they and Sark, if you go back and look at Sark on the sideline, he knows it. He's like, damn it.
You struggling.
Because he knows. Ocho,
we need that.
You struggle. Yes. Man, Ocho, I'm not saying that Ewers won't be a great pro. But Ocho, he...
You know what? Remember, it's important.
Man.
It's situational, huh?
Bro.
It's situational. It's depending on where he goes. You think if he goes in later rounds and he's a backup somewhere, then if he's in a great situation with a supporting cast that's really good, there's some receivers that can make your quarterbacks. It's some running backs that can take the pressure off your quarterback to where he looks good, where he looks decent. I'm not. There's nothing wrong with Brock Purdy.
Ocho,
I think Brock Purdy's the good quarterback. But you look at the supporting cast and what he has around him, he's goddamn decent. Can you put Carson Beck in that goddamn 49ers offense? You think he's gonna be okay? Yeah. It's all about timing. It's all about timing, getting the ball out at the right time. He has a great supporting cast. Now, can you put Carson Beck in Carolina? No. Or can you put, what's the other guy's name? What's his name?
No.
Yeah, Stockton.
Oh, you talking about Stockton?
Can you put Ewers?
Quinn Ewers
in San Francisco?
You talking about Ewers?
Fine. So it's all about timing.
But some quarterbacks need players to elevate them.
Damn,
some quarterback can elevate players. A Patrick Mahomes, a Tom Brady, a Peyton Manning. There are certain quarterbacks they can elevate marginal talent and get more out of them. Some quarterbacks need more talent to uplift them. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, some of the mistakes that he makes, I'm like, bro, what? I'm trying to figure out, because I'm like, go back and run that again. Because I'm trying to see what he's seeing. Sometimes, Ocho, that's what I want the replay for, because I want to see, maybe I'm like, but I'm looking like, bro, damn. And I know, I think he has an injury, but I don't look at him as being like mobile. And I'm probably sure there are a lot of people in Austin that's thinking, if we put Arch Manning in there, we win that game. I bet you. Like I can say, I don't really follow anybody. I don't really follow any, I don't follow blogs and stuff like that to see what they're saying about the local teams and things like that. I don't follow really anybody that I don't think that follows Texas like that. But it's hard for me to believe, because I know a lot of people thought, like, you know what? I guarantee you they probably thought that, man, if we had Arch Manning in there, that's a game that we could have won. But I know when Arch
Yeah.
Manning comes in the game, I'm thinking, you know what I'm
Yeah.
thinking? When he comes in the game, I say,
The
it's a
funny thing
run.
about it is when Arch played early
It's
in
a
the
run.
season, when Ewers was out, Arch could not only run, hell, Arch was throwing that thing like crazy. He was throwing all over the field. And listen, tonight,
He
I mean,
was.
Texas had nobody
Yeah.
but to blame for themselves. I mean, they had 2 missed field goals. Hell, they falling for the goddamn fake punt.
Yep. First, Ocho, at that area, first of all, you have to understand situational football. You just got
Right.
you just got a situation where you went down and scored. The
Yeah.
last thing the team want to do is give you the ball right back.
Mm-hmm.
Put your punt safe. Punt safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you going to
Coaches
try?
got to know that. That's
Where
on the
you
coaches.
going?
They have to know that. It's situational football and
Yes.
understanding what's going on at the time.
I don't get these guys. Understand, you just scored a touchdown. Clearly, you got the
Right.
momentum, and you just forced them to go 3 and out. The last
Mm-hmm.
thing they want to do is to give you the football back. Hey, let's go. Hey, watch the fake. Let's
Right.
go. Just to make sure, let's go punt safe. But you put, first of all, how many times, when's the last time Texas returned a punt? Come on, bro. It's not the time to try to be hero and set up a return, because you set up a return, you guys going to have to go early, and now you see what happens. Now you allow them to get a first down. They keep the ball. It's stuff like that, Ocho.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Situational football, that's so important, and the really good ones, they understand that. You have to know the situation and what transpired. Man, damn, we just scored. Let's get the ball back. You can't ask for anything more. You just forced them to a 3 and out. Now you about to get the ball back, Ocho. Let's go punt safe. I ain't worried about it. I don't care about a return. I just want the ball. But give Georgia credit. They went in overtime, walk it off. They played 8 overtimes last week against Georgia Tech. They play another, or they play 2 overtime games? Not one, because Texas kicked the field goal, and then Georgia got the ball, and they scored. Yeah, they scored on their possession. And they win 22-19 to secure a spot in the college football playoffs and a bye, because whoever won the SEC was going to receive a bye. Coach Prime tells Antonio Pierce he wants the Raiders to draft Shedeur and Shilo. If the season ended today, the Raiders would have the number 2 pick. Time thinks the Raiders would be a good spot for his son. At an event in Las Vegas, Time told Pierce, "You are truly the best. Now I need you to do one thing. I need you to draft those Sanders boys."
I like it, though. I like it. I like it, but I don't remember. It's very important the situations you go to. Your supporting cast is very important, that you have the tools around you at your disposal. You have the weapon. Huh?
He got Brock
Yeah, he
Bowers.
got Brock. Brock is the real deal.
Got Brock
might
Bowers.
be top 3, top 4, along with, is it McBride? Did I say that right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. He might be top 3 or 4, and I ain't talking about 3 or 4.
I mean, Unc.
And I ain't talking about 2 or 3 or 4.
We need more than Bowers. We need one more dog.
Oh, for sure. They got some good receivers. Not great.
Yeah.
They got good. They got good, quick, speedy guys.
Just one. I'm talking about like I'm part of the damn Raiders. They just need one. They just need one, and he's gonna be fine.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, look, I think it's gonna be very interesting to see how this thing shapes out. Jacksonville has 2 wins. I think the Giants have 2 wins. I think the Raiders have 2 wins. And at some point in time, they're like, you don't ever want to show your fan base that you don't really care about winning. I mean, because we want to try to win, but we really try to lose. Now, Jacksonville, y'all ain't going. Listen, y'all can't. I don't know what y'all gonna do, because you got Trevor.
Yeah, he just got paid.
I don't think Trevor going nowhere anytime soon. Exactly. You got the Giants in need of a quarterback desperately. The Raiders need a quarterback desperately. Hell, there are several teams. Maybe somebody moves up to get. If you fall in love with somebody during the draft process, you put them on the board, you evaluate them, you study their tape, and you list like this guy is franchise altering. but it's gonna be very, very interesting to see this thing, how it shapes out, Ocho. But I do think Shedeur is gonna be a very high pick. He's made himself some money. He got coached. He got a coach that his offensive coordinator this year was an OC in the NFL. So he's pro ready. His dad is a coach. You know, you like players, especially at the quarterback position, that dad was a coach. So he understands it. He understands what it takes to be the mechanisms of everything that comes along with being an NFL quarterback. You're the CEO.
Yes, sir.
Got to be buttoned up,
right
Ocho.
Things, yeah.
Got to say all the right things. Do all the right things. It's more than just playing the position. Everybody, man, who cares?
It's different. It's different.
Bro, stop it. Stop it. It is. Just like if you're a CEO, you Tim Cook can't just do out there doing willy-nilly stuff, even though Apple products are doing flying off the shelf. It doesn't work like that. There's a decorum. You know, you got to be very demure.
Wait, hold on. You got to be very what?
You got to be very demure when you're in that situation. That's a word you got to spell at some point in time. So I can't tell you what it means.
Demure. D-E-M-O-O-R. Demure.
U-M-U-R.
Demure. Okay. A demure. Oh, you got to talk like you French. Demure. Okay. I like that. What it mean?
I had French toast for breakfast this morning.
I'm finna use that.
It's reserved.
Hey,
it's modest. It's shy.
When I met her, I was very demure.
I don't think Rail gonna say you was demure. Rail probably say you the damn fool when she met you. You was a damn fool 2 years in, and you a D fool now.
Yeah,
you know, demure.
Yeah. Hey, when it's time to shake the covers, I get very demure.
Undemure. No, you ain't shot down. Now you shaking the covers, you ain't shot in. Now everything goes. Everything goes behind closed doors. I think Travis Hunter is the best collegiate player in college football. And I'm not talking about snaps, because snaps is not a stat. But I'm saying if you look at what he did on the offensive side of football, you look at what he's done on the defensive side of the football, it's hard for me to say that I've seen a better college player. I haven't. I don't know if we've seen a better college athlete that played the game of football. I can't say that I've seen that. And to be top 5 in receiving yards, to be top 5 in receptions, to play at the level that he played at on the defensive side of the football, that's just me. Look, I understand. I respect these guys. Matt Leinart is a Heisman Trophy winner, and he gets a vote. Brock Heward analyzed the game. I love the way he calls the game. Jonathan Stewart played in the league and played at a very high level. So I respect all these guys' opinions. But for me, the best collegiate player in football is Travis Hunter.
Anyone that would disagree, again, some people are going to hold Travis at the stake because of their personal vendettas against Prime, because it's Colorado, for whatever reason. They won't give him his due credit. You know, those people that can't get or side with their personal reason for hating Prime and are going to allow that to affect what Travis Hunter has done and their decision making when it comes to, you know, the Heisman voting, or it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And those that have played the game of football, that have actually played the game of football and are watching him do what he's doing and still have thoughts that someone else should win the Heisman, is beyond me. Because I've never seen it. And I was a great athlete. And I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Yeah.
What the hell is y'all looking at?
Yeah. And I don't care but he can't. And my thing is, he ain't gonna be. I don't care if he can do it at the next level. We're talking about at this level. The Heisman Trophy ain't got nothing to do with the NFL level. We're talking about this year. And
He's
for
not
people
a
to say,
who?
well, he's not even a top 10
He's
player,
not a
come on now.
what?
I believe. Look, yeah. That now, see, now y'all just saying stuff just to say stuff because he is a top 10 player, and his
Yeah.
draft is going to
Yeah.
his draft status is going to reflect that. Look, maybe he won't be as good a receiver in the NFL. Maybe he won't be as good a DB. But we're talking about right now as a collegiate player, Ocho. That's what we're talking about. Because who's to say that Ashton Genty is going to go to the NFL and play and have the type of career in the NFL that he had in college? A lot of times, Troy Davis, I don't even think played a snap. Matt Forte had a couple of good years in the NFL. I think the Smith kid from UCF, I don't think he might. Well, I think he played like a year or two in Detroit, but he never had the.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know. Look, Barry and LaDainian, Marcus Allen. Ron Dane. Ron Dane didn't have the type of career he wasn't. He was an all-time lead rusher in college history.
You heard me? It's different at that next level.
Ricky
now.
Williams.
It's one thing to be able to do it in college. When you play, when you get to that next level with them grown men that got mouths to feed, them grown men that have a wife to take care of, they got kids, mortgages due, car note, rent, insurance, side chick. Somebody think you finna come up? You finna come to the next level? Think you running for 2,000 every season, man?
Because here's the thing in college and what I try to tell people. Look, on a college team, let's take the best college team ever assembled. Let's just say out of 115 players, they got 30 NFL players. Mm-hmm. The NFL got a 53-man roster. All of them mofos in the NFL. Right. All of them there. Even the 15 or 16 practice squad guys are in the NFL. So that's the difference, what you're going against. And what I tell people this, Ocho, I should tell people all the time. Right. I don't care if you take the best player, the best offensive lineman, the best defensive lineman. Right. You take the best DB, you take the best wide receiver. If that guy is in the NFL, he can make him look foolish. An average DB can take a great wide receiver and tie, but you're like, oh, what happened to him? He must be hurt. And the same thing. I've seen great offensive linemen and guys. Like that. How you beat that man for 2 sacks? That man's a first-team All-Pro tackle. And you got 2 sacks and 3 pressures on him? Yep. Man. It's different when you going up against a grown man and his only job is to what? Be a football player. These guys got to go to class. They got to go to study hall. They got to do all this other stuff. Yeah. Professionals, all they do is play professional football.
Like where I said basically that it's grown men at the next level and it's not going to be easy. And then they would probably say, well, hell, the same would go for Travis Hunter and him being successful at the next level. Listen, if you know football, if you understand skill sets, if you understand DNA, if you understand a person being special at what they do, you know when it's going to transition well. He's one of them players. He's one of those people. He's one of those people. It's going to transition. I'm just so people don't say, oh, you just said it's difficult when players go from college and the chance of making it at the next level or being as successful as you were in college at the next level is difficult. Yes, but you can tell. You just know.
Ocho. But Ocho, we're not saying he's going to dominate the NFL like he did in college. Yeah, but I'm saying, let's just say he has to speak. Yeah. Let's just say they have packages. And because you know what happens, Ocho, when you have a dominant college career, people automatically assume you're going to come do that in the NFL. Yes. Right. But you set those expectations by doing what you've done at the collegiate level. So it doesn't matter whether you play football or basketball or baseball or whatever the case may be. When you set up lofty expectations, when you see guys like a Fred Curley in track, or you see guys like a Michael Norman in track, and they have outstanding careers. What is it? Xavier X-Man. He won the 100 and the 400 meters. but injuries. So they expect you to go. I mean, but there are some guys. You look at Michael Johnson. Michael didn't have that great a college career, and he's one of the 2 or 3 greatest track sprinters in the history of the sport. When you talk about speed, so you talk about from 400 down. I mean, what you got? Usain? Maybe Carl? That's it. But he didn't have a stellar career like some of these other, like Carl. Carl could have made the 8 Olympics had he not boycotted. But you don't know, Ocho. But I'm just saying, I'm throwing NFL apart. I'm talking about right now what we saw this year, Ocho.
Think about the great receivers. When you saw Megatron at Georgia Tech, you know what time it was. When you saw Larry Fitzgerald at Pittsburgh, you know what time it was. When you saw Julio Jones at Alabama, you knew what time it was. When you saw Travis Hunter at Colorado, you know what time it is.
Well, I knew Megatron would even be better pro. I said, because if he ever had a quarterback, he could be something special.
Yeah.
Because he was at Georgia Tech, they ran the football. So he catching 45 passes. But when you look at his size, he's 6'4", 240. He's running 4.3. You're like, who gonna deal with that? First of all, who gonna press him? What DB tried to press Megatron? Okay, now you get him in the red zone. You got to give him gunner. You got to give him gunner support. Yeah. Basically, line 2 guys up over the top of it, or he gonna jump up and catch the ball. He got a 40+ inch vertical.
Yeah.
He's 6'4". He's 240. So we saw when he got a quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, you just saw the numbers that he put up. He just had arguably one of the greatest single seasons in the history. He still has the record, almost 2,000 yards in 16 games. So you're absolutely right. Sometimes you can just look at a guy and see it translate.
You're gonna be him. You're gonna be him. You're gonna be nice. Yeah.
Well, guess what, Ocho? Next Saturday, we're gonna find out. All this speculation, I think he should win because there are going to be some disappointed folks on both sides. People are going to say Genty should have won if he doesn't win.
Right.
People are going to say Travis should have won if he doesn't win. But, hey, whatever the case, it's not a situation where it's like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was the overwhelming favorite.
Yeah. You know how I see it?
Reggie Bush was an overwhelming favorite.
People shouldn't even be sad. If Genty wins, if Travis wins, at the end of the day, both of them won regardless. And I'm not talking about the goddamn Heisman. I'm just saying in general, both of them won regardless. No matter who's going home with that goddamn trophy, they both had great seasons. They're both getting ready to do great things at the next level. Yeah.
Man, look here, Ocho. I want that trophy. I ain't finna get here and tell them, man, hey, I'm just happy to be a part of it. I'm so great company. I want that trophy. Because guess what? Because they remember that. You see all of those, the Heisman House, and they have all those old guys. They have Archie Griffin, and they have Marcus Allen, they have Barry, and they have Tebow, and they have all these guys. Bro, I want to be a part of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because guess what, Ocho? 15 years from now, man, ain't nobody gonna remember no 2,000-yard rush season if you don't win the trophy. We remember Marcus. He was the first to do it. He won the Heisman. Barry did it. He won the Heisman. Ricky did it. He won the Heisman. Henry did it. He won the Heisman. 2,000 yards don't mean this if you ain't got that trophy to come along with it, Ocho.
Listen, I'm with you when you're right, but it's unfortunate that I'm with you. But I'm just being honest. It was a beautiful thing. It was a great thing. But so many other people have done it already.
Yeah.
What Travis Hunter's done, we haven't seen that before.
Right.
Not to that level. Consistently, week in and week out.
Number 3, Texas went on the road and defeated number 24 Texas A&M by the score of 17-7. Texas A&M best player was Quinn Ewers. Unfortunately, he's the quarterback for the Texas Longhorns. He almost gave this game away, Ocho. He almost gave it away. If Texas A&M could have done anything offensively, they beat Texas because Ewers did not play particularly well last night. A bad interception. He fumbled the ball when it was going. This game should have been put away, Ocho, in the third quarter.
Long time ago. Listen, The Longhorns defense, I mean, they played a critical role, obviously, they forcing turnovers, shutting out the Aggies offense in the first half. But the
Hmm.
Aggies, obviously, if they could have got something going offensively, they didn't have a chance, nor did they capitalize on any of the turnovers that they got. The game could have been somewhat close, and the plays that they made offensively and the turnovers that not the Aggies, the turnovers that the Longhorns got, they were able to capitalize and shut this game out. Now, the biggest test for Texas now is that championship game.
Hmm.
That championship game. The kind of defense Texas played tonight, this is exactly what we're going to need in all three phases, whether it's offensively, defensively, and special teams, because they're playing a Georgia team that dominated the first time they played
They
up
did.
front. The battle of this game and the chances on winning this game is going to start up front with their offensive line and the defensive line being able to be stout on defense and the offensive line being able to hold up and that offense making the plays they need to play. And Quinn Ewers can't make the mistakes he made tonight against a Georgia team that will capitalize and pounce on any turnovers that they have.
Yeah, you're right, Ocho. The first time they played, Georgia went into Austin and beat them up. They just beat them up mentally, physically, emotionally. They really did some damage on them. But give Sark credit for getting these guys to bounce back. They come back and they play really, really well, and they work their way back into the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
You're right. They got a pick six touchdown, Texas A&M. They got another forced fumble, and they got stopped on the goal line. See, I don't understand that, Ocho, because you
Hmm.
need two scores anyway. What
Yeah.
different? One way or another, you're going to need two scores. And you really, if you really think about it, Ocho, you hadn't had a whole lot of success running the football. At some
Uh-uh.
point in time, you got to put the guy and give him a two-way go. Son, if the guy's not wide open, run it in. But
Hmm.
if there's a throw to be made, we're gonna need you to make a throw. But to
Right.
just hand the ball off and just run into the line of scrimmage, Texas was waiting for that. I mean, that
Hmm.
showed me that you really don't trust. That showed me you didn't really trust. You
Special
didn't really
quarterback.
trust your quarterback. Yeah,
Most,
I
most,
know. I understand, Ocho. He is a freshman. But at some point in time, in order for you to win, we know this, no matter what the level, your quarterback's going to have to make a play. He's
hmm
going to have to put the ball up. He's going to have to make a play one way or another. And you got to trust him that he's going to make a smart decision. He's going to
Right.
make the right decision. He's going to make the
Hmm.
right play. But give Texas credit. They could because you could feel about that pick six. They go right back down there, and then Ewers gets strip sacked. Stripped on he's sliding. I thought Texas like, man, Texas A&M got the momentum now. They're at home. That crowd started, Bryantfield started rocking.
Yeah.
Like, Ocho, they put 108,000, the house that Johnny built.
Yeah.
Man. But give Sark, I thought Sark did an unbelievable job. I always thought he was a very good offensive minded coach. He has great people around him to make things happen. But
Hmm.
Texas A&M did not play. Texas A&M did not play well tonight, Ocho. After NC State beat UNC 35-30 at Kenan Stadium. Wolfpack safety DK Kaufman hoped to plant the flag at midfield, but UNC wide receiver J.J. Jones ran to a group of NC State players, took the flag, and threw it toward the Wolfpack bench. A brawl between the two teams broke out, and the staff members attempted to break it up. Tar
Hmm.
Heel players wouldn't leave the logo at the 50-yard line until the field cleared.
Hey, rivalry week, baby.
Mm-hmm.
They was out there. They must have been listening to Kendrick album, squabbling.
They
Them boy,
squabbled.
listen. Hey, them boy was out there squabbling. Again, they had the opportunity to fight. They had an
Mm-hmm.
hour. They had an hour.
60 minutes.
They had 60 minutes to prevent this from happening. Obviously, what are you gonna do when you win your rivalry game? You're
Yeah.
going to celebrate. What do you normally celebrate? Whether it be basketball, whether it be football, in the middle of the field where the
Yeah.
goddamn logo is.
Yes.
There's nothing you can do about it, and I think there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. And you know what? A little squabbling ain't never hurt nobody. A little
Yeah.
squabbling ain't nobody. Now some people say there's no place for it in the game and all that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I can't
it's
think of
not
a better place for it.
exactly. And you know what? Honestly, can I tell you something? It
Yeah.
makes the rivalry that much more exciting and
Yes.
anticipated, and you want to look forward to it the following year. Just a
Yeah.
little bit. Ain't nobody getting hurt.
No.
Just a little bit. Ain't nobody getting hurt. Just a little squabbling. Ain't never hurt nobody. That's it. Just a little bit.
I'm trying. I just want y'all to know I'm trying to be as disrespectful as I possibly can. Ain't no ifs, and a buts about it. because I want you to know, I want you to feel this. I want you to hate me. I want you to despise my team. I want you to despise me because I see that I rue the day
You know, it's
that
funny.
you came into existence. Yes, I dislike you just that much.
Yeah.
So it ain't no secret here. Yes, don't let me win after you've been running your mouth the whole year.
All year, yeah.
Okay, now we got 60 minutes to settle this. We get 4 quarters to settle it.
Right.
I win what you look. I'm gonna let you know this. I'm a sore loser.
Loser, yeah.
But I'm a worse winner. I just want y'all to know. Just put that out there, Ocho. If you think I'm a bad loser, don't let me win.
Right.
And you better not let me win in your house.
Yeah. That make it even worse.
I'm leaving muddy work boots. Man, whose shoes are these? Yeah, they're mine. Yeah, I'm leaving my muddy work.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, Ocho.
Right.
I'm gonna be as disrespectful, as blatantly disrespectful as I possibly can. Because you've been running your mouth the whole year. You've been talking the whole game. And now look at you. Now you want to fight. You showed more hostility after the game
than
you did during the game.
Yeah.
So where was this? Where was all the muscles? Where was all that venom that you got right now?
Right.
Get off the field.
And listen, coaches will never be able to say this. Coaches will never be able to say how they really truly feel about small skirmishes like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's good for the game in a sense, and the rivalry itself.
Yeah.
No matter what these pundits and these analysts may say, good for the game of football. It just is. I don't know how to explain it. I can't put it into words, but I'm giving you as enough context as I can as a fan of college football, as a fan of sports in general. It makes it that much more exciting, especially coming up next year. When you look at the calendar and the schedule come out, Michigan, and Ohio State, they're gonna circle that game.
Yeah,
When
they've
it's
been
time for UNC and North Carolina State to play again, they're gonna circle that game. As we got to watch this.
We circle it too. We're gonna put foots in you again. On this day, a year later, foots in you again. Georgia needed 8 overtimes, Ocho, to get the 44-42 home win over Georgia Tech. In a game that they were favored to win by 3 touchdowns. It's the first time the Bulldogs has ever come a 17-point or more deficit since 2006. It's only the second time in the past 20 seasons in which they've rallied for a 14-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Georgia Tech had the game won. The quarterback got a first down. He got hit. He fumbled the ball. They got a 7-point lead, Ocho. They got the game won. The game is won. All they got to do is hold on to the ball.
That's it.
They didn't.
Georgia
goes down there and score, and 8 overtimes later, it's 44-42.
You see, you think about the record, right? You see where Georgia Tech is ranked?
Yes.
You see what Georgia Tech's record is? For some reason, it's like in the NFL when it comes to playing a divisional opponent. No matter how bad your season is going, for some reason, they're gonna give you a game.
Yeah.
They're gonna give you a game. I'm not sure if when Texas does watch this film on what Georgia Tech was able to do, you're not going to sit here and tell me that Georgia Tech players up front and at the skill position is that much better than those at Texas. I'm not buying that. And I'm not believing it. But if they can do what they did to Georgia and making it a game to where you had to go to 8 overtimes, ain't no way y'all finna allow a 30-15 shellacking like y'all took early in the season happen the second time. Not in the championship game. I know better than that.
That's going to be a tough game because, Georgia basically at home. They play in the Mercedes-Benz. That's an hour away, Ocho. Do you know how much black and red is going to be in that building? Now, I know Texas travel.
Oh, they travel well. They travel well.
Them Georgia dogs.
It's different.
They're home. That's an hour from Athens.
Yeah, but you got to think now. We talk about Texas. They travel well. It's like the Eagles or the Steelers having to play somewhere else in somebody else's stadium. They travel well.
And Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs are the Cowboys. Yeah.
Okay, I know you're going. You're right by that. You're right by that.
Remember we having that discussion, and we talk about who's the most popular team in the state? What everybody say? Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Bulldogs.
Most definitely.
Bulldogs, and then the Braves. And then you can pick whoever you want. You want the Falcons, you want the Hawks,
Right.
the MLS team, the Bulldogs and the Falcons.
Number one.
Bulldogs by a long stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Braves used to be terrible. The Braves were awful. The Falcons was terrible. And we know what the Falcons.
Yeah.
Even when they was bad, but they got time. Even when they was bad, it didn't matter.
Right.
Boy, it was a party. And they kept that going because now it's a party. You go to the Georgia Dome. Well, Mercedes, it's not Georgia Dome, excuse me. Mercedes-Benz Dome now. It's a party. And then when they got Vic.
Oh, man, listen. The Michael Vick era was an experience, Unc.
That's what they called it, the Michael Vick experience.
Listen, it was an experience, and you had to be there to understand. And this is someone that didn't even play in Atlanta. I was in Cincinnati, but his time in his era was an experience, one that can't be explained.
Yep.
Had you watching what he did in the past, it don't do you no justice.
No, I was in the city. I lived it.
You had to be there, man. You had to be there. I don't think people understand how great Michael Vick was during that time, especially in Atlanta. Oh my God.
It's crazy. I mean, he was Lamar Jackson on steroids.
Yeah.
He was Lamar Jackson on steroids.
Yeah.
And we know how good L. Jack is. He's a two-time MVP. He's one of the top 2 quarterbacks in football. He's one of the 3 or 4 best players in all of football. And I'm not saying he's 2 or 3. But boy, hey, Michael Vick was.
It's different. It's different. And a lot of people won't understand it because the first thing they'll go to is they'll go to numbers and they'll dissect.
Yeah.
Listen,
we're not debating that.
We're not debating that. But when Michael Vick was playing, when Michael Vick had the ball in his hands,
you had to be there.
The kind of player, you just hold your breath. When Reggie Bush was at USC, he's the kind of player when the ball in his hands, you hold your breath because you don't know what the F gonna happen. When Peter Warrick was at Florida State and the ball was coming his way, or they punt return, or they threw him a hitch or something, you hold your breath. You don't know what the hell finna happen.
He was something special, man. Stanford is bringing back one of its school's legend, Andrew Luck, to work as the general manager of the football program. Per ESPN, Pete Thamel, Luck accepted a position that would put him in charge of the entire program and is considered a distinct evolution from one of the traditional roles of a college general manager. In a phone interview with Thamel, Luck confirmed his new job and the role involves everything Stanford football touches, football-wise and business-wise. He will also help with fundraising, securing sponsorships, increasing attendance, and alumni relationships. Do you like that, Ocho?
Hey, I love the move. Especially putting someone like Andrew Luck in that position, someone who's had success, at the NFL level, short tenure, obviously due to the injuries, but he's the perfect candidate for this. He's a perfect person. He's a great, I hate using the word mascot, representative for Stanford, what he was able to do and accomplish during his time there. Now, with this idea, now you know how I am. I'm all about business. I'm all about branding. I'm all about marketing. Now I'm thinking in turn for myself and being able to add another job and diversify my portfolio. What do you think about me becoming a GM of 2 college programs that I can think of that are dear to my heart, where I can also help in the same areas that Andrew Luck is going to help at Stanford? Either me getting a GM role at Oregon State, where I can do the same things and offer the same responsibility and be offered the same responsibilities that Andrew Luck is, or general manager at FAMU. Let me know.
It's a full-time job. And you're not going to give up your other jobs. That's a full-time job. His responsibility, fundraising, securing sponsorships, increasing attendance, and alumni relationships. That's an everyday job.
I can do all 4
I'm not saying that you can't, but I'm saying that you can't do those other things. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know you can do it. You're charismatic. You're relatable. You can get out there in front of the people. Yes, absolutely. You know how to smooth. Yes.
Yeah.
But you can't do those other things. That's the problem.
Damn. Okay, well, that's off the table. That's off the table. But I mean, that's off the table. But kudos to Andrew Luck. I think this is This is going to be good for Stanford. I'm not sure if he can change the landscape of that team as far as the visibility is there. Everyone knows who you are, but in order to bring those students in that you need, you already know it. You already know what they're waiting on.
Ocho, you got to understand.
You already know what they're
Those a lot
waiting
of
on.
those guys that go to Stanford, they try to be doctors. They try to be
Mhm,
lawyers. They try to be businessmen.
mhm,
If,
mhm.
if if I happen to go to the NFL, that's fine and good
Fine
too.
with me. Right.
But I'm trying to be a finance major,
Mhm,
a econ. I'm trying to be
right.
econ, bro. I
Mhm.
mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
But do you understand? Look, you
Mhm,
go to Stanford, you go to schools like that, bro.
mhm.
Georgia Tech?
Yeah.
Do you know what
Mhm.
the missions are to get into a place like that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Listen,
Every
I
once in a
know.
while, you'll get a John Elway. Every
Mhm,
once in a while, you'll get a Christian McCaffrey,
mhm.
or you'll get I think John Lynch went to Stanford.
Hell, you get Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Right.
But you're talking about 50 years, and I named
Mhm.
4 players.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah.
you every once think about it. Think about John graduated in '83.
Mhm.
Think about before you got another Andrew Luck. How long was
Right.
that?
Long time.
And
Long
then you
time.
got a Christian McCaffrey,
Mhm. Special.
bro. Yeah, and hey, them guys ain't getting no general studies degree. John was a finance major.
Mhm.
He was either finance or economics. Look at those degrees that they get, no joke.
Right, right,
Hey,
right,
I got me a degree in eligibility. I'm trying to stay eligible.
right.
I'm trying to play.
Mhm.
Hey, it's hard to go to school with the academia like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's no, bro. You go to Notre Dame, Ocho. With them,
The standard is different, the standard is
yes,
different. It's almost as if academic come first
it
at
does.
schools like Stanford, at schools like
Yes,
Notre Dame, amongst others, you know? So it's understandable.
because their biggest alums are not athletes.
Nah. Mm-mm.
They're your Larry Ellisons.
Hmm.
They're your what's the guy? Your Zuckerberg. Not saying they went there, but I'm saying they're
Right,
guys
right.
like that.
Yeah.
They're famous alums. They win Pulitzer prizes. They win Nobel Peace prizes
Hmm.
in econ and mathematics.
Right, 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 right.
So their biggest alumni, like a lot of other schools, maybe their biggest alumni are athletes, and there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I'm saying when you go to places like Georgia Tech and you go to places like Stanford and you go to Cal, Berkeley, uh, you do realize why you're here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not lose sight of the. We got it. What did they always say, Ocho? You hear a lot of athletes say, just keep the main thing the main thing.
Main
When you
thing.
go to a
Yeah.
school like that, the main thing is the main
The
thing.
main thing. Yeah. Most definitely. It's not a stepping stone to the NFL. Now, if I
Oh,
happen to make it based on the work that I put in here, and I
yes,
have and I'm able to fall back on that and still have my plan A, which is my academics and whatever
yes,
my major may be, whether it be econ, whether it be finance, well,
yes,
so be it.
yes.
So be it.
In the last home game at Folsom Field in front of the home crowd, Travis Hunter and Shedeur
Hey,
Sanders put on a
yes, they
show.
did.
Colorado demolished Oklahoma State 52 to nothing to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. Prime told Colorado going into respond after the 37-21 loss. The Buffaloes didn't just respond, they obliterated the opposition. It was Colorado's largest margin of victory since beating the Minnesota
Mhm.
Gophers, 58 to nothing in 1991.
Mm.
Shedeur Sanders was 34 of 41, 438, 5 touchdowns, and an interception. Shedeur, Travis Hunter, 10 catches, a buck 16, 3 touchdowns, a pick, 2 pass breakups. They had, yeah, Travis was, no, Shedeur was 31 of 41, 438, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Wester, had 11 catches, a buck 75, 2 touchdowns.
Oh,
Travis Hunter, 10 catches, 116, 3 touchdowns. I think his name is Will Shepard, had 6 catches for 67 yards. I like this
mm.
because this is what Prime knew. Prime knew that their Boise State was going to try to give Genty as many carries as he could
Mhm.
handle and let him try to get as many yards as he
Yeah.
can. And he says, I'm not going to let y'all, I'm not going to just get up and take my dogs, call my dogs off. Trav, stay out there. Because I want them to let them know just how great you are. Can I interest you in 10 for $116 and 3 touchdowns? Yeah. Can I interest you in a pick? Can I interest you in 2 pass breakups? Can I interest y'all in that?
Yeah.
He left no doubt
at all.
No doubt that he's going to win the Heisman Trophy in December. What is that? The first week of December? So that's next Saturday, isn't it? It's normally the first Saturday. It's normally the first Saturday in December. December 14th, they backed it up. Okay. Oh yeah, because they got conference play now, Ocho.
Right.
Yep. Conference play would be next weekend. Yeah, there's no question in my mind. He's the best college player. Look, and there's nothing. Look, Ashton Jeanty has had an unbelievable season.
Crazy.
2000. What is he at? 2000 and is he at 2020? Was it 2086? Well, we know Barry rushed for 26, 25, and 11 games. And he had another 225 yards and 5 touchdowns in the Holiday Bowl. That they didn't count that. So he would have been over 2,800 yards and over 40 touchdowns in 12 games. Which, I mean, think about how many yards you would literally have to rush for like 250 yards a game, Ocho, to beat that. 2288. So he has 2,288 yards, and he has the conference championship next week, right? Okay. So Barry's 26-25. 26-28. So he's about what, 340 something yards. 334. $340. But I love what I saw from Colorado. $340. Man, Ocho, if they could have just got Kansas, now they're going to the Big 12 championship game with a chance to go. No question, they're going to the they'll be going to the college football playoff.
So now they have to rely on two or three teams to lose. Iowa, if I'm not mistaken, is it Iowa or Iowa State?
I think it's Iowa State.
Yeah. So hopefully everything goes in their favor, and they make it to the playoffs. I think they can cause some hell now. They can cause some hell and cause some havoc depending on who they matched up with. So here's the hope, and they do make it.
Yeah, he could easily. But how many games have he played? 12, 13? He's played 12 games. He's played 12 games. So he's already played one more game. I don't think he's getting 340. Who did they play? Okay. Yeah. And they're gonna play in the college. They got to play a game in the college football playoff. And they're gonna give him as many carries as he needs. Yeah. I can see that. So he needs 100. Because if they lose this game? Do you think they make the college football playoff? We don't know they're playing. But who could it possibly be? Man, how did Colorado State and beat the brakes off them? Yeah. Yeah. So they're guaranteed at least 2 more games, Ocho. And so he's probably gonna need 340 yards in 2 games. And there haven't been very many games this year that he's gotten held under 170 yards. And I think this is why Prime left his guys
right.
That he's like, look, no. I know it's 35 nothing. So we're gonna finish this thing out. And Travis, his last game at Folsom Field, nobody in Colorado is gonna not remember him. They're gonna remember him forever. You can make the case he's the greatest college Colorado player ever. I mean, Cordell, Rashawn Salam, Byron Rizzle White. He was a Supreme Court justice. He went there, but it's hard. They had Westbrook. They've had some great defenders. They had Alfred Williams, and they have Hudson, and they had a lot of different guys. Eric Bieniemy, J.J. Flanagan. They've had some guys, but it's going to be hard to say that they've been a better player than Travis Hunter.
No.
Hell. Wow. Georgia's losing.
What?
17-0, Georgia Tech.
Where my remote at? No, because if I turn that on, I'm gonna be looking to my left. Don't worry about it.
But Shedeur threw the ball exceptionally well today. 34, 41, 438. He broke his own record. He had the most touchdown passes in a single season. He upped that. Now what's he at now? Like 34? He most passing yards in a single season. I think he broke Coy Detmer's record back in the mid-90s when he was playing for Rick Neuheisel. He set an all-time single-season passing record. The previous record was 3,527 yards set by Coy Detmer with another game to play, so he has an opportunity to move that even further. Ocho. Travis Hunter, he was the Heisman front runner, and today was his most impressive game of his career. A 3-touchdown performance, a 1 interception, a couple of pass breakups. Hunter had 10 catches for 116 yards, 3 touchdowns, his 4th interception on the season. With the regular season in the stat book, offensively, he had 92 receptions, 1,152 yards, 14 receiving touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. On defense, he had 4 interceptions with a lot of quarterbacks not even throwing in his direction. He is the best collegiate player in football. We've never seen a guy that could do what he did on both sides of the ball.